Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Look at this great big bottle with wax on top of it. Imagine that. That usually means it's a pricey beer. Dr. Brandon sent this to me, and thank you, Doctor, for sending the beer that you sent me. I do appreciate it, sir. This is Abbey Series Grand Cru from Audacity Brew House in Denton, Texas. This is a big beer at 12.3% alcohol by volume and 30 IBUs, guys. I don't see a date on the bottle, but it may be stamped on there somewhere. We'll look a little closer when we come back. But I got a feeling it's probably not going to have anything on it, especially for a 12.3%er. A lot of these guys that brew this style and this big of a beer, they don't feel it's necessary, and this beer should keep for a long, long time. You could sell this beer for a long time. I can't think of a single reason why you could not. It doesn't say anything about any kind of barrel aging or anything on the beer, as far as I can tell. Commercial description, this is a 12.5%, like I said. Grand Cru denotes something special, the very best a brewery has to offer. Our very best uses Belgian Pilsner malt, Belgian candy sugar, sweet and Curaçao orange peel. The rich is created in a 12-hour bowl that imparts a deep caramel character to the mix with a sweet fruit notes of our Belgian wheat yeast. And wheat yeast means wheat. So, sounds pretty tasty. And anytime you see a bottle like this and it's got the wax on, somebody is standing at the end of the bottle line dipping each one of these bottles into the wax, which adds cost to the beer, just like it does when you have a bourbon barrel aged beer. Those beers go to a bourbon barrel, and whether it's a blend of several different barrels or whether it's taking up space somewhere in the brewery for 3, 6, or however many months they decide to cellar it in those barrels, and they taste it occasionally to see where they want that beer to end up. So, big green wax coated top bottle on this that Dr. Brandon sent me. So, Dr. Brandon, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. Let's see what this ends up. And I've read you the commercial description. It says, and I told you the ABV is 12.5%, and Untapped has it at 30 IBUs. I don't think it's written on the bottle anywhere, so while I'll take my knife and try to peel off some of this wax, which I think is irrelevant, and they just do that to increase the price of the beer as far as I'm concerned. It's my 2 cents, because the beer is under pressure, carbonation, and as long as it's capped correctly, no air is going to get into the beer. But they do that a lot of times just to show significance, so that it is a big beer and it is a high price beer. So, and that's usually what it leads to too. So let me get the wax off of it here, where we can get our opener in here without getting a bunch of different pieces of wax down in there. That's another reason why I'm not a fan of these wax beers, wax top beers, unless you're going to lay this down on the side like a wine bottle. I can't see why they would put wax on it, other than to drive the cost up of the beer. My 2 cents. A lot of people say, oh, no, 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 no. Well, that's your opinion. This is my opinion. Let's see if we can get this underneath. Alright, nice big hiss. Let me roll this cap off and smooth down any of the wax so that don't fall into the beer, because we don't want to drink that. And get it into the glass here. And while I do this, I'll tell you the cuisine is barbecue. The cheeses are blue, cheddar, your more pungent cheeses, gorgonzola, Limburger. And the meat is beef, grilled meat, glass bar sniffer, tulip, oversized wine glass, chalice. And it says here can be settled for long periods of time. And I agree with that 100%. So, get that up there, and there's the big bottle up to share, which I intend to do. The other half's going to get the other half of this beer. About a quarter finger of head on that pour. Is a rich mahogany color. Not a lot of light through the big bowl part of the glass, but down here on the thin part I am seeing some light through there. It is a mahogany, almost like a cola colored underneath it, and I can see the light right through the thin part of the glass down here. So let's get a nose to it. Oh yeah. Big sweet aroma on this beer, almost like a barley wine, and this is considered a Belgian strong dark ale. Big sweet notes. Caramel, toffee, molasses. Maybe some slight hints of some dark fruit in there. Got some Belgian yeast qualities going on there. Smells very nice. It smells very, very nice. Wonderful aroma on this beer. Final beer of the evening for me, so let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dr. Brandon. Very, I don't say big, but a very nice tartness to it, like some dark cherries or plums. Well, that's very nice. Little bit of alcohol, not much. For 12, almost a 13%, 12.75%. Or 12.5%. The alcohol is fairly well hidden. Probably as much as you can hide at 12.5% beer. Oh, that's nice. That's very delicious. It's so delicious, I might have to have another swig here. Oh yeah. Very well done. I don't think it's outstanding, but it's very well done. I don't think the quality of the beer needs to be represented by a wax-covered top beer. And they do this, guys, to increase the price. Because they got to pay somebody to stand at the end of that bottle line, and each bottle that comes off the line is hand dipped into a wax preservative there. And, you know, that may help. If you're going to lay this bottle down like a wine bottle, that may help. I will not take that away from that. But to me, it's irrelevant. It's useless. The beer is under pressure. It's capped. It's fermented. The beer is trying to get out. It's under carbonation. So to put wax on it just increases the price, in my personal opinion. That's just me. I've always told you that, guys. Whenever I see these wax-covered tops, it's just a hassle to get into them and not getting the wax down into your glass that you're drinking. And it just adds cost to the beer. It's a step that's taking that I find unnecessary. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. There's a lot of people who disagree with me on that. But it's just my opinion. Unless you're going to lay this bottle down, like I said, like a wine bottle, and sell it for 20 years, I can't see why they would want to put wax on it other than to drive the cost of the beer. So, well, with that being said, we're going to pour her a glass, and we're going to sip on this for just a little bit, see where it ends up. We'll let it come up to room temperature, because it's 40 degrees right out of the fridge, and we'll come back and see where it ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Just a little up here. I've been sitting on about 30 minutes. Good beer. It is a decent beer. It's a above average beer as far as I'm concerned, because for a 12.5%, alcohol is fairly well hidden. It doesn't have any vintage on the bottle whatsoever. And I have a problem with that, guys. And y'all know that I'm a date Nazi. I want to see a vintage on this style of beer. When was it produced? Is it a 2016 version, 2015 version, whatever? Let me know when it was put in the bottle. Good beer, but not outstanding, not world class. I don't even think it's into the A category, to be honest with you. And I apologize to Dr. Brandon for spending his hard-earned money on this wax-covered beer, but it's not all that. To be honest with you, I don't think I would buy this beer. There are better versions of this, and I'm sure this was a pricey beer to buy. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a $15 to $20 bottle of beer. And it's not all that. It is not. It's good, but it's not to the A category as far as I'm concerned, guys. It's tasty, but and well made. I will say that it's a well made beer for 12.5% of alcohol. Is fairly well hidden. You know you're drinking a 12.5%er. This is not a 5 or a 6% beer. But had better. Final chug. Nice caramel, toffee, molasses, Belgian notes on the beer. A very nice beer. Don't get me wrong, this is a very tasty beer, but I don't think it's into the A category. I really don't. For what they've done on this beer and had somebody dip each one of these into the wax at the end of the bottling line and not have a vintage on the bottle anywhere, whether it was a 2016, 2015, 2014, or whatever. And they paid a lot of money. This is a silk screen bottle that's got the fucking label silk screen on the bottle. It's not a wraparound label or stick-on label or anything. And more than likely, this is a brewed once beer for this particular edition. I may be wrong. They may use this year after year, as long as the ABV and the IBUs. It says 30 IBUs right here on the bottle, but there is no kind of dating or vintage on the bottle that I can see. So, B beer for me, guys. The numeric rating on this, I would give this 87. That's where I'm going to put this beer. It's down into the 7 category. Probably not worth what Dr. Brandon spent on this beer. I would not, like I said earlier, I would not be afraid to say if somebody hand dipping each one of these bottles, this is not a $15 to $20 beer, somewhere in that range right there. And there are better beers in this style that are available, even bourbon barrel aged versions that are available and that are just a little bit more tastier than this. But I did enjoy it. I'm not sure I would buy this beer because, like I said, I've got a feeling it's a fairly pricey beer to purchase. So, Dr. Brandon, thank you, sir. I do appreciate you sending it to me and spending your hard-earned money on it and paying to ship it to me. But don't think it's into the A category, and I'm gonna put it into the B category. Numeric rating on this, guys, would probably be about an 88. So that's where I'm going to put it. And like I told you earlier, Beer Advocate and Rate Beer have no ratings on this beer at all. So they're out of the picture on this one. So we go over to Untapped, and they have it at 3.75, which is in their B plus category, and that's about where I've got it, 88 B plus. So if you've had this one from Audacity Brew House, this is their Abbey Series Grand Cru. Let me know what you think. Tasty beer, but not world class. Not world class. So pricey beer. I'm sure that he paid for this, but it's not to the A category in my opinion. Just my opinion. There's people out there about, oh, you're crazy, it's an A beer. I'm not going to argue with that. If it blows your hair back or your socks off, my God, buy all you can. Buy it all up. Go in there and buy a case of it. But if it was available here, for the price of this beer probably costs, I would probably not buy it. I want to see a vintage on it. Tell me it's a 2016 version or 2015 version or whatever, so I know. And that's probably what we need there. So that's where I'm going to leave it. If you've had this one from these guys, let me know what you think, and come on back tomorrow. Let's dig something out of the fridge. See you then.